Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Susan's Just Making It. I'm Susan and I'm here making stuff, messes, chaos, and making it through life. If you've been here before, welcome back. If this is your first time visiting, welcome. If you liked the video today, don't forget that thumbs up. It's right down here. And if you like my content, consider hitting that red subscribe button. And while you're at it, you might as well hit the notification bell so you know every time a new video is uploaded. So happy Mask Monday, everyone. As you can see, I've already put my mask on today because I like to do that instead of fumbling around on camera. Makes life a little bit easier. And this one is very wet. It didn't seem too bad taking it out of the package, but once I put it on, I realized it was. So the mask I'm using today is this Multivitamin Mask. It's cute. It looks like it's a little capsule, the packaging. And I'm going to have to put my glasses on to read some information on it. It's from Vitamasks, and it says radiant complexion, a moisturizing Korean face mask made with vitamins B3, B5, B6, C, E to nourish your skin. Inspired by Korean innovation, an ultra thin fiber sheet designed to fit seamlessly on the face and enhance the moisture content within the mask, leading to an increased absorption rate within the skin. And this is a 20-minute mask. So I had two of these. I decided I would go ahead and use one today. So that's the information about the mask, and it is very got a lot of serum in it, and it looks a little bit more transparent than some of them, but I think that's just because there's so much serum in the mask. So for today's Mask Monday, I am going to do some favorite springtime questions. Glitzzy Gem, Stephanie, asked me to do this tag last week, but I wasn't sure I was doing a Mask Monday last week, so I decided I would go ahead and do it this week since I was invited to do so. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump into the questions. I'm going to make this a short, simple Mask Monday. I just wanted to go ahead and do the tag and share the information on this mask. I've been looking at it and wanting to use it, but I've just grabbed other ones, so I decided to go ahead and do this one today. So I'm just going to bring the questions up on my phone, and hopefully I can see them without having to keep putting my glasses on and off. Okay, favorite springtime questions. Number one, what is your favorite flower? My favorite flower, I would have to say, I feel like it changes from time to time depending on what appeals to me. Lately I've been really liking peonies. Peonies, different people pronounce it different. I just think they're very pretty. They got beautiful blooms. They're just they're big, but they're really light looking, and they're just gorgeous. I think they're really pretty. I've heard they can be difficult to grow, but once you get them established, they're not too bad. It's just getting them started. I do like hydrangeas as well. I think they're pretty in the different colors they come in, and I've heard that depending on your soil, that'll determine the colors a lot. So, you know, roses are always a favorite of everybody, but they're kind of typical and they're not really too much spring flowers. The spring flowers, I could take or leave. The only thing about spring flowers is they just don't seem to last very long. So I'm really partial to the peonies lately. I think they're really pretty flowers. Next question, what is your favorite scented flower? If it's scented, I would have to say, oh gosh, I'd have to say lavender. I never thought I was much of a fan of lavender, but I do, as I'm getting older, I'm finding that I like it more, the relaxation from the fragrance. I don't know, it's just, I'm starting to enjoy it more now than I used to. I would have, like I said, I would have traditionally probably said rose, but I'm really starting to like lavender quite a bit. Number 3, is spring your favorite season of the year? No, spring is not my favorite season of the year. I do like that seeing things come to life. the grass getting green, the buds on the trees, the weather getting warmer. But there's an awful lot of rain in the spring, so I'm not a fan of it. I live somewhere where it rains a lot anyway, so a season where it rains even more, not a fan. Actually, summer is my favorite season, and for a few reasons. First of all, myself and all my kids have their birthday during the summer months, so we have a lot of celebrating in the summer, and we get really tired of cake because I have a son whose birthday is on June 14th, one on June 19th, and mine's on June 22nd, and then my daughter's birthday is in July, so we get caked out in the summer. But I love the summer because you have barbecues, and there's different festivals and fairs, and going to the park and camping and fishing and swimming, and just there's so much going on in the summer. I feel like where I live in New York State, the summer just doesn't seem to last long enough, so I try to do as much as I can in the warm months and take advantage of it. So spring, although it is beautiful, everything coming to life in the greenery and stuff like that, I'm just not a fan of the rain. Other than that, I do enjoy spring, especially a sign that we're getting out of winter and going towards summer. It's pretty good. What is my favorite thing to do in the spring? Favorite thing. I wouldn't say it's favorite, but I do kind of enjoy the spring cleaning to an extent. I mean, nobody really likes cleaning, I don't think, but I like going through things, organizing, putting away the winter stuff. It's, you know, opening the windows to get the fresh air and things like that. I also like to start going for my walks more in the spring. I don't as much in the winter because I'm just not a fan of the cold and the snow and the ice and stuff like that. But I like getting out more to take walks. Yesterday I went for a walk, and sometimes it's the little things. I was crossing the bridge over the river, and I saw a little bit of motion, so I looked, and there was a mother duck and 3 ducklings, and they're hard to see because female mallards are brown and the little ducklings were brown, and the river's a little low, so the water is not very crystal clear, so it's kind of hard to see them except for the motion. And they were just getting done swimming, and they were walking up on the riverbank, so that was cute. I like looking at the nature. We have a lot of Canadian geese in the spring and summer. My older son hates birds. He hates going to the parks because there's so many geese, but they don't bother me. I mean, they can be mean and hiss if you get too close. It's usually if they have a nest, but usually I just ignore them and keep walking, and they stay over there and I keep walking. But I do like getting out, walking, seeing nature. Like I said, I love watching the trees starting to bloom, and we do have, not where on the street I live, but you know, around the neighborhood, some of the trees that have blossoms and stuff. So I really like getting out and seeing us going from the gray winter to the green, the greenery and the wildlife and such. 5. What animal or insects are your favorite to watch in the spring? Like I said, like about the ducks and the geese, I enjoy seeing them in the spring. Insect wise, probably I would have to say, normally I would say bees, but they're a little bit more active in the summer, I think. Other than that, I don't know, insect wise, you know, that's one thing I'm not a fan of as the weather gets warmer, is all the bugs. But if I really had to choose, I would probably say bees, because, you know, as we all know, without bees we would not have food because they pollinate. And a lot of people that are afraid of bees or allergic to bees, I understand, like the whole swatting at the bees, but you know, just let them do their thing. You know, if you don't bother them, they won't bother you. If you have a problem with bees, don't wear scented bath and body products and stuff like that. They'll pretty much leave you alone. Let's see, 6. What do you like to eat most in the spring? I don't know if I have a particular food or group of foods that I eat more in the spring. When I think of spring, no particular menu comes to mind. Easter time, of course, I love the Easter dinners with a ham and so forth. But really can't think of anything particular that I eat in the spring that I don't eat other times of the year. So not really sure about that one. 7, what is your favorite thing to look forward to doing in spring? Like I said, getting out to take my walks. I don't know if there's anything, I don't know. There's not anything in particular. Spring to me is just that transition. Let's get into summer. I mean, I'm not a fan of the ungodly heat. I mean, I love warm days and sunshine. I really do. But can we not have it so hot that you sweat just because you're breathing? Just breathing works up a sweat. I'm not a fan of, really. But spring to me isn't, I don't see it so much as a season on its own. It's like, okay, we're done with winter. Can we get to summer? Summer lasts only a few months. Can we even get there so we can start enjoying it? Number 8, what is your favorite sport to watch or play during spring? I am not a sports fan. Sorry. So I don't really participate or watch sports, so that's kind of not, doesn't really apply. I mean, I look forward to the warmer weather coming, and if I happen to be at the park with my grandson or sometimes my son, which isn't very often because it's like I don't have little people, so I don't really go to the parks that much. But I do enjoy seeing the kids and the teenagers get out and go to the parks and play basketball and ride their bikes and stuff like that. I do enjoy seeing the younger people you know, getting out and doing physical activities. A lot of times you'll see a lot more people walking, either walking their dogs or the seniors and stuff taking their walks and stuff like that. So it's just nice to see people come out of like hibernation. I know it's not really sports related, but it's just you see people moving and enjoying the weather, and I do like that. I like to get out a lot more myself. Number 9, what is your favorite spring month? March, April, or May? I would have to say it's kind of tough. Probably I'd have to say April. Not so much April showers bring May flowers. That's definitely, I don't like the rain. But we have Easter, and I do you know, I celebrate Easter, so I enjoy that. My mother and my grandmother, they're both passed, but their birthdays were in April, so April has a special meaning for that. I don't know, I guess April, because March is still really, really cold. May, it starts to get really warm. I guess April says spring to me the most. And it seems like in April you see the daffodils and things like that coming out. So I would have to say April. And 10, what is your least favorite thing about spring? Well, I have a few. The rain, like I already mentioned. Not a fan of rain all the time. We get enough of that here. The second one would be allergies. When I was younger, I never had a problem with allergies. Things could be pollinating and blooming and everything, never bothered me. The last few years, it's a thing. Waking up with a puffy, watery eyes and itchy eyes and a little bit of sinus stuff going on. So the allergies, the rain, and I would have to say the bugs coming to life. You know, some bugs, if they're just doing their little thing, that's fine. But the ones that are invasive, I'm not a fan of. Summertime mosquitoes, I don't like. I don't like in the summertime when my kids were young, in and out, in and out. I mean, I love that they were outside playing, but stop running in and out because you're letting all the flies in. And I don't know about you guys, but like this summer, well, it's not summer yet, but this spring I'm already noticing that the black ants, it seems like there's a cycle. Like one summer you'll see a lot of black ants and you might not for a couple summers, and I'm already starting to notice them. So I would have to say my least favorite things are the rain, the bugs, and the allergies. But you know, you always have to take the bad with the good, so I guess it's worth it in the long run to get out of winter, some of the things that we have to deal with. The black ants, like I said, I've already started noticing them. And my cat, she's still young. She's just turning around a year old. I don't know exactly how old she is because she's a stray that I rescued. But she was young, and from the first time she went into heat and trying to guesstimate her age, and from when I took her to get fixed and stuff, I think she's turning about a year old next month. So she's still young. And I came through the apartment the other day, and she was watching something on the floor, and she was intently watching it. And I'm like, what is she obsessed with over there? I know I don't have a problem with mice here. I haven't had a problem with mice, so I know it's nothing like that. And I don't see any motion. So I looked, and she's like just watching a little black ant walking along, and every time she sees a little black ant on the floor, she's like chasing it or watching it. So she's been quite obsessed. This hasn't been a huge issue yet, but it's still early in the season. So, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I enjoy spring because we get more sunshine. The weather starts to get warmer. Everything's coming to life. The plants, the animals, things like that. But I don't know. I just enjoy summer more because there's just so many activities and things to do. People barbecuing, people camping. Like I said, the festivals and fairs, and there's just so much to do, and people are out and about, and there's just so much life and stuff like that. Not a fan of the ungodly heat. When I was a kid, it didn't bother me. I could be sunburned, sweating, whatever. I didn't care. But now that I'm an adult and getting a little bit older, can we turn the thermostat down? I don't mind sweating if I'm physically active, but I don't like sweating just because I'm sitting still. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off because it's starting to get all dry here, and it's been about 20 minutes. So yeah, can we just have warm, not desert? But where I live, that's not a problem. Like I said, the rain, it's just too much. So those are my spring questions that Stephanie, aka Glitzzy Gem, sent and tagged me in. So I thought I would answer those real quick while we are still in the spring. But I lost my train of thought for a second. Oh, I was gonna say, where I'm at, like I said, I'm in New York State, and I have to laugh because the last few days it's been pretty warm. We're talking in low to mid 80s, which for the spring, that's pretty warm. And I laughed to myself because I was out walking the other day. I walked to the store and back, and there was a gentleman outside, and he says, "Oh, pretty warm, isn't it?" And I go, "Yeah, considering like 2 weeks ago it snowed." And I'm not exaggerating. 2.5 weeks or so ago, it actually snowed, and the last few days it's been in like the low to mid 80s. So I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. Could we have like a middle ground here? It's like we went from winter to summer, and I'm like, oh, we had spring. It rained a lot last month, a lot. But and I was joking with a store clerk yesterday at a store I used to work at, and I was laughing about how we were talking about how warm it was, and I was saying, yeah, about it snowing a couple weeks ago. She says, and I said, the spring we had the rain. She goes, oh, you know how it is around here? It could be snowing again Tuesday. I'm like, well, you're right, actually. And the weather just can be a little weird sometimes. And I always thought it was funny when I was young, like older people, all they do is talk about the weather. Well, I guess it's something to talk about. But it's true, because I remember the summer that my older son was born. He was born in 96, and his birthday is June 14th. And I remember that year on the 4th of July, he was still young, about not even a month old, a few weeks old. And I remember going to a 4th of July barbecue, and I had him bundled up. He had like a little hoodie on, and long pants or pajamas or whatever. I can't remember. It was so long time ago. But I remember I had him bundled up because it was really chilly. And that was in July. So yeah, the weather can be kind of crazy. And at first it started out as global warming. Now it's climate change or something like that. Well, it doesn't matter if you put a name on it. It's just strange weather. But that's enough rambling about that. It's neither here nor there. I just want to wish everybody a happy Monday. Hopefully this is a start to a really great week for you guys. And just want to say hi to all my friends out there. I know I've been kind of MIA for most of the last week. I've just been working on some projects and taking some time to myself, but I'm glad to be back. And don't forget to leave me a comment just saying hi. I really love connecting with you guys, and if you have anything you want to throw in there, that's fine too. So until the next video, bye everyone.